Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everybody's doing well out there today. I was getting ready to start filming a new series talking about setting up a home server, and then I realized, you know what? Let's take a step back and let's talk about our actual network itself. So that's why I'm actually super stoked to be able to have partnered with TP-Link to talk to you guys today about their TP-Link Deco X55 wireless mesh network solution. A big part of what makes me excited about this is the speeds that I do get with the new system versus the UniFi system I've been using for the last year or so. It doesn't look like much, but man, it gets the job done. And again, I'm thrilled with this Deco system here. On the back, if we turn this around, here it's very basic. It really is. It has 3 network ports and a power port, and that's it. So here's the thing, though. This is connected wirelessly to the node that's in the house. And then, of course, I can break this out. This has got its own built-in switch here. That any of these ports can be a LAN or a WAN port. It identifies all that automatically. So there's no configuration you have to mess with. Well, which port was that? Whatever. It does it automatically, which I absolutely love the TP-Link has done here. Again, this X55 node that they sent me, they sent me 3 of these. They sent a pack of 3, which is good for like 6,000 square feet, which is a multitude of times larger than I need. So this is going to be the new setup, and I'm super stoked that that TP-Link stepped up, reached out to me actually, and asked if I would talk to you guys about the X55. So let's go take a look at the kind of network speeds that you can expect with a solution like this. Okay, guys, so here we are on my desktop. Not much going on here, but if we come down to the bottom right corner of the screen and click the little up arrow right here, we can see the internet connection, internet access I've got is the Bergs. That is my UniFi / Ubiquiti wireless network that I connect to for the internet. It is just a single access point strategically located in the middle of my house to get the most even coverage possible. So now that we've kind of established the groundwork here, let's go over here and do a speed test on that connection. Let's press this. I should get between 75 and 100 megs, give or take, for this connection. And this is perfectly fine for where I'm located in my little recording studio here, because all I'm ever doing out here is, well, recording tutorials. 75 megs, give or take, fine, I can deal with that. Now, of course, we don't necessarily care about UniFi because we're here about TP-Link and the Deco X55 mesh system, right? So what I want to do is actually come over to here. I'm going to click up. I'm going to click over to here. I'm going to switch over once it reestablishes that connection. Give it a second. There it is. I'm going to connect to that. I'm going to click connect. We're going to give this just a second to do its thing. Get settled in like so. All right. It says it's connected. So we may have to run this a couple of times to make sure everything is settled in. But let's do this and press go. Again, I am connected to a single wireless access point that is from TP-Link. Again, this is the X55. Again, just a single access point, and I'm getting 90, 91, 92, 92, 93, 94. Okay, 94. So that was on the TP-Link X55 Deco networks wireless mesh system. However, here's the thing I didn't tell you about that. Currently, I have 1 node set up, and it is not centrally located in anywhere in my house other than my living room, which is considerably further away, all things considered, than my UniFi access point. It is in the middle of a network rack. It is mixed in with all of my other electronics. Whereas again, the UniFi is on my ceiling, away from everything other than a smoke detector. So again, X55 at 94 megs, UniFi at 74 megs. So that's what, almost a 30% increase, even though the X55 is further away. Now, again, the X55 from the TP-Link Deco X55 is a mesh network system. And right now I have 1 node up and running. So what I want to do is actually, I've got another node right here. I want to get it plugged in and let it connect to the network and then run this test again. So I'm gonna break the video here and we're gonna come right back.
A few moments later.
Okay, so now that unit is on, it's green. I don't know if you can see this, but it says that the studio is also connected. It is online. So what I want to do, just to be sure that we're connected to the right device here, is I want to actually disconnect and then reconnect, just to avoid any kind of connection issues, really. I mean, that's what we're talking about here. So we're going to do this and that and click here and go. Okay. Now, that is Of course, we're going to get some fluctuation here. However, we can see that we're getting a significantly faster connection with this wireless Deco X55 solution here, just by adding a second node. Of course, I got the 3-pack, so I've actually got more than I need, really. Again, here we've got, this is our Unify wireless network access point, again, strategically located in the middle of my house. This is the node, just a single TP-Link Deco X55 node on the other side of my house, much further away than the Unify access point. And then here, once we add a second access point real close to me here, here are the speeds that I'm getting. Now, just for the giggles of it, let's actually plug in to a wired connection. And just to avoid any kind of issues here, we're going to disconnect from the Wi-Fi. Here we can see that we've got DB Tech, the hardwired connection there. So let's use even more memory than we need to and open another Chrome tab and click Go. And here, of course, is my wired connection. Of course, that is just wired to the node here in the studio. So that is still a great connection from this node to that node on the other end of my house. I went from, well, let's finish this. So, okay, so we went from 74 megs on a single Unify node to 94 megs on a single TP-Link node to 170 megs on a mesh network TP-Link setup. And then, of course, plugging into one of those nodes tripled our speeds from our previous score from 170 to 550. So TP-Link, their Deco X55 solution is not messing around. Now, there are some things that I do want to discuss. The first is that the Unify solution that I'm using is the Security Gateway Pro 4 or 4 Pro or whatever the case is. And I do have intrusion prevention, the IPS system enabled on that. And because of that, it actually has throttled my internet from the 1.2 gigs that I get down from my internet provider to about 400 to 500 megs, give or take, is actual throughput through that router with IPS turned on. On the flip side of that, I also have IPS turned on with the TP-Link Deco X55 solution. And even with IPS turned on, that intrusion prevention system turned on with the TP-Link system, I'm still getting 550 megs out here in the studio. I get even higher speeds, obviously, when I'm plugged directly into the system in the front of the house. So that is one of the things that I do want to mention, is that I do have IPS turned on both of those. I want to be very transparent about that. Also, the other thing that I want to be transparent about with TP-Link is that they do have an IPS solution. However, it's not free. It's like $60 a year or $5 a month in order to get that. However, it does cover quite a bit of stuff. It's all handled through AI. It will monitor your IoT devices. It will manage, basically it protects everything. The other thing, the setup, I have mixed feelings on the administration of the TP-Link Deco system. And that is because if I go to the web dashboard on my browser here, this is all I get. I can see what's going on here. I can take a look at my advanced stuff here. And that's really all I can do. If I want to manage the TP-Link Deco system, I have to either do it on my phone through the Android or the iOS app, of course, for me, Android. The other option is to, if your desktop system supports Android apps, you can absolutely do that. I'm actually using a third-party solution in order to do that on Windows 10 called BlueStack 5 Multi-Instance Manager. So BlueStack's here. And if I open this up, hopefully this will boot up fairly quickly here. Okay, so let's minimize this. So the ability to manage the network, realized again, either on a cell phone or being able to load Android apps or mobile apps onto your desktop. Now, once we're in here, we can, of course, open this up, and we can look at the Deco Lab, and we can, if we click on the Wi-Fi assistant here, we can run Wi-Fi diagnostics, and it will kind of run through this whole process of making sure that everything is up and going. But because I'm doing this in an Android emulator, it doesn't work as well as I'd like it to. I have asked the nice folks over at TP-Link why they haven't made a desktop manageable system, and I didn't really get a good answer. So here, okay, so here I'm still getting 150 megs even through an emulator, so that's fine. Let's go back again. It's saying BlueStacks there. Anyway, let's go back. We can detect, we can scan for devices, we can ping, we can do MAC lookups, we can do a Wi-Fi interference checker, we can do an open port checker. All of this is available in here in this Deco lab tab over here on the left-hand side. If we go here to location, we can go to home. Again, we can see all of the devices that are currently connected. Across the bottom, we've got little shortcuts that we can do here. For me, this basically QoS is the network to give me all of the bandwidth for whatever's connected. Just a little move I decided to do there. There's also automation stuff. If you've got compatible devices, you can automate things to do what you want them to do there. Over here, we've got basically we can scan your network from here. We can let's just click scan and see what happens. It may throw up a couple of errors. We'll see. Following items can be optimized. So in the week or so that I've had this up and running, it has apparently detected something that may need to be addressed here. So let's give this just a second to do its thing. Okay, so we've got one risk. My network, no threats. Great. Can I click on that? Firmware version. You know, I clicked this the other day, and nope. We have the current version. So that error message is wrong. That's interesting. Like I said, it's been a week since I set this up. I don't know what's going on there. Again, we can see we can prioritize devices here. Network performance, we can take a look at this. That's all the same stuff. Let's go over here. Analyze channel congestion. So it's just going to, again, use that AI to go through its process of optimizing everything there. Reports, we can actually take a look at reports. Let's see, I haven't actually looked at this yet. Total preventions, nothing, because I don't have anything going here. Total scan times, of course, I've scanned it several times. New devices, we can see all of this. And then connections per day, 4 devices. Again, I'm still testing some stuff here, and that's kind of where things are. With as easy as it was to set up, again, I'm not super thrilled that I have to do it on my phone or a tablet. There are some trade-offs to that. However, with the better connection speeds that I get, the stronger Wi-Fi connection that I get, all of the little security things that I get here, I'm actually considering going over and switching to TP-Link for my home networking solution, just to help simplify things. And I understand that that will cause me some issues because UniFi has, I can set up basically as many VLANs as I want. I can set up as many different wireless networks as I want. Whereas with this, I'll have the main and the guest, and that's it. And I will have to figure out how I want to do that. However, again, with Home Shield and their IoT protection, I feel pretty confident in just having one network with all of my devices on it. But that is the X55 platform from TP-Link. I'm super stoked about it. It works really well. My speeds out here are amazing. The extra security and the reporting that I get is great. So anyway, I think with all of that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.